Wait, no. There we go. Now we're
Texting. Sexting, sorry.
We are not sexting.
We're not sexting. No. Anyway.
Ice Cube and the Big Three offered Caitlin Clark $5 million. Is that real?
They did. That's real. That's true. Segment 1. Welcome back to ID. For those you know, on a Wet My Whistle Wednesday. That is the redoubtable one himself, Tom Izzo, back. The highly questionable Andre Miliaccio. Big show tonight, boys and girls. We have the Sweet 16 preview, Gino's bold statement, and MLB is back.
That's right.
Tomorrow.
Probably going to get rained out in a lot of places.
We are going to break down both our franchises in the second hour because it's probably the only time I'm going to talk about them for the next 6 months, other than to say they suck. So I'm going to give you everything I got tonight with this because honestly, when this show is over, I don't want to hear about them again unless a trade is made for someone who matters. Okay? But we're going to start with the Sweet 16. It is set. We went over our first look on Monday night, but Tom was not here for that. We're going to make predictions tonight because the Final Four will be set on Monday. Now, the breakdown. Now, here's the thing. We talked about. I wanted Tommy's take on this because the Big East, as I said, got screwed. I have been vindicated. The Mountain West is 3-5. The Big East is 6-0. The one they got right was the ACC at 8-1. The ACC has 4 of the remaining 16 teams in this tournament. They have
who lost from the ACC?
Virginia.
That's right.
Absolutely embarrassed themselves.
And they scored 20 points.
I don't know if they.
40,
I think they shot 20% from the field. They were so that was
shit.
It was like
what did Kawhi do? He made a shot and got fouled again.
I don't know, Mr. Interruption. I don't care about them.
Well, yeah, we do. No, we just said we want Philly to lose.
Well, there you go. Because if Philly wins, they're in the 7th spot. If they lose, they're in the 7th spot. Either way, they're in the 7th spot.
You're the one that made the comment.
Well, I want them. No, but it's not like if they. Am I worried about Philly? No. He shouldn't be either.
No, I'm just saying,
I mean, because by the way, if Embiid does come back, what's he going to be? He's going to be rusty.
I'm just saying, the Clippers were down 2. Kawhi hit a Jordan shot, got fouled, made the free throw. Buddy Hield went back up. Free throw. Buddy Hield hit a 3 to go back up 2 for the Sixers, and then Kawhi did the same thing. Interesting turn of events. My apologies. Back to the Sweet 16. ACC 8-1. Virginia embarrassed themselves.
They did. They really did. But I'll tell you right now, our guy, our favorite player, Big South, the 11th seed NC State Wolfpack.
Who do they have?
Marquette.
They're going down.
No, I don't know about that because Marquette doesn't have any guards.
They don't have any size, right?
They don't. They're all good. I don't know. But if NC, well, this is the thing. This is why I want to go to these games tonight because here's the thing about NC State. They're as good as Big South has been in this tournament. The guard play has been underrated, and this tournament is all about guard play. If your guards play well, you can win it. If your guards stink, see Purdue the last 2 years, you can have the best player in America, and you're going to go home in the second round. Okay? Purdue's guards, by the way, we're going to talk to them. They look better so far. And again, they're going to see Gonzaga, okay, who is seasoned. That team's been around.
Purdue's beaten Gonzaga.
I beat them once.
I think they'll beat them.
It's tough to beat a good team twice, and this is early in the season when they did beat them, and Gonzaga is a better team now than they were then.
What was the score then?
They ended up losing by 10.
So this will be closer.
Well, it was close at the end. They had a foul. Purdue made their free throws. It was really like 5, and they ended up fouling, and Purdue ended up extending it to 10. It was closer than 10.
5-point game, huh?
It was a 5-point game in the last minute and a half, I believe. So the point is they stayed with them.
Yeah.
Now, my thing is I think both teams are better. Because Purdue's guards to me were suspect pretty much all season, but they have shown up in this tournament.
So what's suspect about them? They can't score, can't defend?
If you press them,
they can't handle the
ball. They can't handle the pressure. You can get them to. The thing about this is all about. This is basketball 101. When you have a dominant big man, you want to start your offense as close to the basket as possible. When you pressure the guards, and they start their offense from closer to half-court line as opposed to three-point line, you pull the big man further from the basket to come get the ball.
He's got to come help.
He's got to come further up to help. That's what you want to do. In the last 2 years when Purdue went home, that's exactly what the opponent did. Okay? They forced their guards to pick up the dribble sooner than they wanted to. The big man, he was getting the ball.
Didn't they get bounced in like the first round?
Second round. The last 2 years. The last 2 years they've gone home in the second round. So this year they're at the Sweet 16 because 2 teams have tried to do something. This time they were ready for it. The guards have played better. That's the thing. If the guards, they've looked as good as UConn in this tournament. They won by 30 points.
They smacked the shit.
They looked. I mean, they made that team look foolish, like they didn't belong. So it's going to be these matchups are all good. Carolina, Alabama. Alabama has the horses. I mean, in terms of can they play the game? Like Carolina has the talent and the ball players. Alabama kind of out-talents people. They can outrun you. They can out-jump you. They can press the shit. But if Carolina has the guards to deal with that, and as basketball players go, can Alabama play the game as good as Carolina for 40 minutes? That's going to be an interesting matchup. Then you got Duke and Houston.
But hang on a second about Carolina. They're old. I saw
a veteran team.
I saw something on Instagram.
The white kid, 25, who transferred 3 times. That's right.
The kid hit all the threes.
He hit all the threes against Duke. He didn't do nothing all year. Yeah,
right. But even who's the big guy in the middle? He's been there.
He's a senior,
right?
They are a senior-laden team. They've got experience.
I saw an image on Instagram today, and it had the Thunder. Their starting 5 average age was like 22.8.
Yeah.
And Tar Heels are like 22.6. Like
it's right there.
It's the same age. Yeah. So that should bode well for them.
I'm saying Carolina has experience. They have guard play, and they've got jump ball.
You see that Kawhi pinned him?
I did not.
I'm sorry, but that was a game-saving pin. Watch Kawhi. This is great defense. Nope.
Yep.
Doesn't foul either.
Did not. Kawhi, perfect timing, great. Yeah, that's good defense. Block. Oh, he got the ball stuck there too. Right now, the Clippers are up by 1 with about 5 seconds to go.
Nick Nurse is crying.
Is it a jump ball?
I think they did call a jump.
Okay.
So it'll be Kawhi and the guy.
Kawhi, the guy pinned.
They shouldn't have.
Yeah, we're waiting for that. Then you've got Duke and Houston. Now, I said before the tournament started, Duke had the talent to make a run. Did they have the balls? For the first time in the entire season, last Sunday, they showed some cojones.
Well, you told me you thought they were going to get bounced.
I thought they were going to bounce because JMU plays the type of game that Duke usually doesn't handle. Well, Duke must have heard me because John Shire had the perfect plan. What JMU likes to do and does so well is they get up on you 94 feet and they get you uncomfortable and they keep you uncomfortable and they turn into a track meet. And they've got guys that can finish and they got guys that can pull up and hit threes.
Couldn't finish against Duke.
Well, Duke made them pay. What Shire did, and this is when you know a guy can coach. Shire didn't break that press to break that press. He broke that press to score. And every time they pressed, Duke didn't just beat it. They beat it, they scored. They made him pay for it every single time.
Did they pull back the press?
No.
They didn't?
Because they couldn't. No, they didn't.
They had no other way to
They lost by 38. Duke beat them 93-55. And a freshman named McCain, who was highly touted out of high school, who was having a good year for a freshman, 14 points a game, but that one, 30 points, 8 threes. Breaking Duke's record held by J.J. Redick and Kyrie Irving.
Oh, wow, both of them.
Yeah, who had 7 and had the record for tournament threes in the tournament game. So he had 8, broke both of them.
Oh, my God.
No foul. No foul, that's it.
Kawhi with the game-saving block.
Kawhi, was it Paul George?
No, Kawhi got the game-saving block.
There's no foul there.
No, you can't call a foul on that.
Nurse.
Oh, Nick Nurse crying like a little baby. Like Monty Williams after a Knicks game. Guys, you're the 7th seed.
Oh, my God, look at Nurse. What a bitch. Nick Nurse, shut the fuck up and go home. You got stuffed 3 different times. If you can't get the ball up at the rim, you suck. Okay, jump ball.
Bap.
Taps it back.
Bap.
Goes that way. Oh, nice D by Harden.
Yeah. And there's Kawhi.
Kawhi, get the fuck out.
Actually, I don't even know if he would have got that shot off.
Well, they're saying that Paul George got a block and he left his feet. Let's see here. Here's the question is
oh my God, James Harden
sucks on D. That's the question right now.
You think that was a block? Tough to call.
It's tough to call from let me see. Well, he's in the air, but he goes straight up. He doesn't reach over. He doesn't.
The guy goes in.
Yeah, the guy goes in there and he just goes straight up. So I don't know. To me, that's
tough one to call it.
It's tough one to call in that moment. But the thing is, Kawhi blocked the shot anyway. The ball never even got there. And before that, Kawhi blocked the shot. So
pinned it.
If you're
same guy
eating shit twice, go home. Go home.
The Suns Nuggets is up next, but we got to get back to the VCU game.
We do, but we also got to get back to the March Madness.
That's true. That's true. Hey, I mean, come on, we're fluid here. Jesus, he's not drinking with me tonight, so he's a little on edge.
He was at the doctor's today, so that's why he's not drinking tonight. That's
really? You all right?
That's another story for another time. Anyway, let's get back to.
You should have told me.
It's all right. Well, I wouldn't have. You're not. I'm not going to stop you from drinking. That's still halftime, or is it still going?
What do I want to do by myself?
Oh, but we're smoking.
All by myself. Don't want to drink. All by myself.
This is terrible.
Somebody could just clip that and make it a meme.
To his point about free flowing, we could just bust into song.
Right.
That's right.
At any moment, the subject could completely change.
You don't know what's going to happen. It's very unpredictable on this set. This Dago bar is not a scheduled thing.
It's not.
It's not. Time stands still at the Dago.
The train just keep running.
But the thing about Duke is the guards played as well. I tell you right now, they look like the talent matched the intensity. Because usually the talent's there, but the intensity's not. These three Duke guards, I mean, Filipovsky's the name, the draw, get it. They made him irrelevant. It's like he had a solid game.
Well, early on when he was throwing those fucking shots.
He was, defensively, but offensively, he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to, because these three kicked the holy shit. It was almost like they were like, yeah, we played against you in AAU in high school. We kicked your ass then, too. And we're going to kick it again, because that's kind of what it looked like. Okay? And JMU had no answer. None. And they didn't know how to adjust, because JMU has lost 3 games all season. They hadn't lost a game in 2 months. And they were 2-0 against ranked teams. They're not used to this.
Did you talk to DJ at all?
No, I won't do that. Unlike some people, I have class. I won't bust a guy's chops.
No, I'm just wondering if he said anything. I didn't see anything via text.
When you lose by 38 points, there's not much to say.
Good game.
And by the way, it wasn't a good game.
Thanks for beating our ass.
It was a bum blasting.
Appreciate this.
It was a 38 bum blast with a backside Georgie. Is what it was.
Corey Williams.
I don't know. He played college ball.
He
played college basketball. I want to say Virginia, but
I think Virginia could be right.
But in any event, that's the thing there. So the thing about Duke is now they go and face Houston, who has been number 1 for almost a third of the season. Okay, ranked. Okay. And they were before the tournaments began, because UConn slipped on a banana peel in the name of Creighton. But the thing is, who, by the way, is still in this tournament also. So the thing is, Houston is JMU on steroids. They really are. They're a better version of JMU. So now, again, from a talent perspective,
they better be a much better version.
They are. But from a talent perspective, Duke matches up with this team very well, because the 3 guards are playing like their high school American status would indicate. And if that continues, Duke has an excellent chance. Now, here's the other problem. Houston, who did in overtime, by the way, that was the game of the weekend, Houston, Texas A&M, went to overtime, 195. Houston won that game despite 4 starters fouling out. 4.
And blowing how big of a lead?
Well, here's the thing. They put A&M on the foul line 45 times.
That is insane.
Now, here's why they're still dancing and not golfing. A&M missed 19 free throws.
Yowzers. That's an atrocity.
19.
Yikes.
So what this means is Houston has no problem putting you on the foul line. I will say this, if they put Duke on the foul line 45 times, they're going home. And if I'm Duke, I'm going to make them put me on the foul line 45 times, because I'm going to do exactly what I did against JMU, bust that press, and break it to score.
Yeah.
That's what they've got to do. If they do that, they have an excellent chance. If they get overwhelmed, Because the thing about Houston is they don't let up when you break the press. They're all over you, all over the fucking court. I mean, the thing is, I couldn't believe that A&M and them went to it because both those teams like to muck it up and get dirty. It was a dirty track meet, what it was. And so the thing about it is, meanwhile, second half has started. Utah 39, Virginia 28 in the NIT quarterfinal out in the mountains of Utah. VCU has been traveling the country, literally. Philadelphia, Florida, now Utah. They should have jet lags for crying out loud.
Yeah.
So they're going to the line. Plenty of time. See what they can do with it. We'll keep you updated throughout this segment and the other ones.
I'll keep interrupting.
He will. He's good at that, as you know.
That could have been awesome.
So the other thing is, then you've got, because I had the brackets pulled up here. Hold on a second.
Okay, I just have to say, the Rocket, the Ice Pop Prime with the Pinnacle Whip, not getting the job done.
No?
Actually quite disgusting.
Not good.
No. Terrible.
Well, you're in luck. I have you-know-what in here.
I know.
So
can't wait to get to that. God damn, this sucks.
Is it going down like nails?
Awful.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
Going down like piss.
Piss. Ugh. That's not good. That's not good. There's the bracket. All right, so...
Great turnover.
It was. So that one. Then you've got... Whoops. Let me shrink this a little bit here so we can get into... you've got UConn in a rematch. Rematch of the national championship game. UConn San Diego State.
UConn San Diego State.
Yeah, that's the rematch of the national final last year. So this was the thing about this bracket. Because that's who UConn's facing, the team they beat for the championship. And the other half of the bracket is the Big Ten champ versus the Big 12 champ in Illinois and Iowa State. Iowa State, again, to remind you who forgot, bum blasted Houston by 30 in the Big 12 championship game. That's on the other side of UConn's bracket. I mean,
Crazy.
Talk about getting hosed. Just unbelievable. Now, look, that Illinois team is legit. They're one of the few legit teams in the Big Ten. And I think that them and Iowa State might be the game of the weekend because they match up very well against
my bracket has Illinois over Ohio State. Iowa State, sorry.
I understand that. I do.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't pick it because I knew shit. I just, I picked my bracket in 30 seconds and I'm ranked third.
Yeah, that's good. Then we got ACC, also Clemson against number 2 Arizona. Now, Arizona is probably the only top 5 team I've ever seen that can literally be under the radar for an entire fucking season.
My pick is Baylor in that one.
Oh.
Yikes. Baylor didn't make it.
Talk about a long shot, America.
We'll see what happens.
Clemson, Arizona. Clemson is battle-tested vis-a-vis the rest of the teams that are in this tournament that are still from their conference. They've faced all of them. So they are battle-tested. Arizona is the quietest top 5 team I've ever seen in my fucking life. I can't believe all year long no one ever talked about it. They've just hovered around the top 5, top 3, between 3 and 5, pretty much all season. And no one really talks about them, other than to say they're a version of Carolina, just not quite as talented. That's all people say about them. And yet they've been ranked higher than Carolina for most of the season.
Never seen a shooter that can't hit a goddamn 3 like this.
There is a steal. That guy should...
He'll miss the layup. He always misses layup.
He called it.
Zeb Jackson.
Oh, yeah, but he fell to the ground. Now it's a 5-on-4.
And there's a 5-point.
And because he didn't get back, the open guy hits a wide open 3.
And we're down fucking 19. Come on.
Might be.
He's going to fucking blow another layup.
Tell you what. No, he's going to blow it down. It goes down again. They called the foul at least, thank God. He blew the dunk, and then after blowing the layup. After giving up a 3. This Clemson-Arizona game is a very interesting matchup. Clemson, I love the way Clemson is built. They've got 2-3 good big men that all rotate, and then their guard play has been solid.
I know nothing of Clemson, and they demolished.
Dude, you would hate them. They have tough, big, white men.
I don't hate things like that.
They look like football players.
I don't mind that. As long as they're not like pricky. Yeah,
they are.
They're pricky.
They're pricky.
I guess it's hard to be that and not be pricky.
Big, fat white people and
usually pricky.
And they have the hair too, like the surfer hair. It's weird looking. They don't. It's weird. Like if I.
Oh yeah, you're right there. I watched that. That one dude was super pretty.
They are. They are. They're the.
Yeah.
I call them the Bose brothers.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get a bow from one of them when you come down the lane.
Yeah.
They're not related.
They are big, though.
They're big, and by the way, fundamentally they're good. Like, they got good moves. They can shoot. They're good. They're it's like 2 Bill.
You're gonna hate this.
Yeah, it's like they're 2 Bill Lambiers. What they are.
Oh God.
They can shoot. But they're chippy. They're chippy. They're dirty. So Arizona better be prepared for a Donnie in that one. Lastly, this is probably the most underrated matchup. Number 3 Creighton against number 2 Tennessee. Tennessee has a kid.
Creighton better than that.
Tennessee has a kid that. He doesn't get enough pub. He really doesn't. He's one of the best players in the country. He really is. And if he comes into the draft, he should go in the top 5. He's that good.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
What position?
He's a 6'6" 2 guard who can penetrate, shoot, post up. He does everything. Does everything.
Is that like Scottie Pippen-ish? I guess he was, 6'7"?
He's close. Yeah, he's... Let me get you his name. I always forget his name. It's not a long name. It's like he's and Tennessee's been consistent all year. They've been in the top 10 all year, Tennessee. So I'm not really surprised that they're here. But if you look at their stats, what's his name? His name is Dave. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. It's Knecht. Dalton. This is him. How do you say that last name?
Dalton Knecht.
Connect. 21 points a game, about 5 rebounds.
He's 6'6" shooting guard?
6'6" shooting guard.
Damn.
Yeah. And he plays the role. He can do it all. Now this game is interesting because Creighton, to his point, has the better starting 5. Tennessee, however, has the deeper bench. So the thing about it is,
it could come into play.
It could really come into play if this kid gets into the paint and gets him into foul trouble, which is what, if I were Tennessee, would be my approach.
Well, it's funny how in college the foul trouble is such an issue, and I think it's partially the kids are not as mature and
well, they get 5, not 6.
They get 5 also,
Yeah.
but I think it's also the refs, man. The refs stink.
They do.
And they always create a situation where, the best player on the court has 3 fucking fouls in the first half and they got to sit. I hate that shit.
I hate that it comes into play as much as it does.
Maybe sometimes it's just, not a smart kid just being too physical, but sometimes it's just...
I think the one thing that good coaches do is that they play multiple defenses and they have a defense in their back pocket where they can hide the kid.
So weren't they doing that in the game last weekend?
They were.
Weren't we talking about that?
Yeah. They put him in the backside of the zone.
Yeah.
Of a 1-3-1. So he runs the baseline. He's basically out of the play unless the ball's in a corner. So at least he's on the thing is, if he's in the corner, that way if someone penetrates, he's not in the paint to take a cheap foul that way. 1-3-1 is one of the best ways to hide a guy with foul trouble. Because you can put him on the baseline and run him, or you can put him in the middle, and he just, if the ball gets behind him, it gets behind him, but he's covering the foul line anyway. So there's a couple ways to do it. And the good coaches have that in their back pocket, just in case. But yeah, it is a problem. It's always been a problem. Hopefully it does not become one this weekend.
Yeah.
You'd hate to see a team go down because their best player has to sit half the fucking game. Because
you call it shitty
because he should have had 2 fouls, but you called one that was bullshit.
Right.
Now he's got 3.
Yeah.
And the coach panics and sits him for 11 minutes. So straight, which,
remember last year in the game Purdue lost when they kept sitting in the center and you were like, it must be a foul trouble.
It wasn't.
You had 1 foul and we're like, what's going on?
I still don't get what that was all about. To this day, I don't get what that was all about.
So do you like Tennessee in that game?
No, I like Creighton.
Okay. Is Tennessee big in the middle?
No, they're not. They're kind of.
Creighton's pretty big.
They're middle of the road. They're not as big as Creighton.
Yeah.
Creighton is the one team that really matches up well with Connecticut. And again, they beat him by 20. They beat him by 26 points. So I'm not kidding when I say that. Now, does that mean that other teams can't match up with Connecticut? Purdue has the front court. Duke, I think, has the back court. I mean, the thing about Duke is after Filipowski, they have nothing behind him. I mean, they've got scrubs behind him. I mean, which is what Duke's problem is he can't get into foul trouble. But their guards, yes, their guards can hang with them. Carolina doesn't have enough of either. They've got a great guard. They've got a great big man. They don't have enough of either. They've got the 26-year-old shooter. If he, again, he did nothing until he played Duke. No one even knew who he was. Soda. Yeah. You want the Mountain Dew, or you want the Dew, or you want the
I kind of want to try the cherry Coke.
Oh,
let's see how that tastes.
Okay. The cherry Coke.
Cherries and cream.
Cherries and cream. This segment brought to you by Cherry Coke.
Actually, it's Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Cherry.
Write that down. I'm curious as to what he thinks of that.
What else you want to talk about?
But anyway, then there's the again, all those games, the matchups are intriguing, all of them. So you're in for potentially 8 really good games.
Game of the week for you?
The game of the week is
game of this round.
Game of this round is obviously Duke Houston, and I say that because if Duke wins this game.
No, you really take them seriously.
You have to take them seriously. If Duke doesn't, they're not favored in this game. But to me, the best matchup, that's the most intriguing matchup. But the best matchup on paper is the Illinois-Iowa State game. That's a very even game on paper.
The Creighton-Tennessee game, right?
Yeah, well, no, I think Creighton has an edge because their starting 5 is better.
Okay.
I do. It's not. Again, I think it's going to be close.
Tennessee's the higher seed.
They are the higher seed, but again,
or lower.
The Big East has yet to lose, and they're the only SEC team left.
And VCU has gone to we're down by 19. Let's keep chucking bricks from 3.
Must have been watching the Celtics tape the other night.
Come on, guys.
So there's still 14 minutes to go.
I know, but they're just going out
it's because honestly, if you're a coach in this situation, your goal is 10 points with 5 minutes to go, which is plenty of time if they stop doing.
You can't go miss three fucking turnover.
Well, they didn't call that.
Lucky you didn't.
You're lucky they didn't call. Yeah.
He backed him into his bench.
Yeah. Little floater.
No.
It went in.
He hit the back of the
Instead of bouncing off, it died there. And
it landed it on the back of the rim.
Soft touch.
I actually like that guy. Yeah. I don't know his. Is that Nelson? I like him.
But I think those 8 games have the potential to be 8 Donnies. They really do. For different reasons, but to me, the most evenly matchup in terms of on paper, it's Illinois-Iowa State. It really is. It's going to come down to who can impose their style on the other.
Dear God.
So I give Iowa State an edge because I think they play in the better conference. Because I think the Big Ten this year sucked. I really do. I think it sucked. I think Michigan State got there more on reputation than anything else. They really did. Wisconsin, frauds. As usual, fraud.
I got Wisconsin over. It was kind of funny. I was cracking up when you were talking about it. I have Wisconsin over Houston.
Also, a tough pick.
But I picked against Duke because you were so low on them at my house on Championship Sunday. You're like, those fucking pussies can't beat anybody. VCU could beat them. And I was like,
but then when I calmed down, I said, those fucking pussies can't beat anybody. No, VCU could beat them. What I said was their shelf life depended on the draw. They got an excellent draw. They did. They had to beat Vermont.
Cheddar cheese.
Vermont.
You're known for cheese.
As someone who went to school in Vermont, they're not known for their basketball. Okay?
I thought one of your guys coaches up there.
He coached 2 of them do, and they do very well. But that team, that Catamount team, like when they had Coppenrath back in the day, and they had some.
Oh, Coppenrath.
They won.
Everybody knows Coppenrath.
They had the Sweet 16.
Who's Coppenrath?
Taylor Coppenrath.
Player.
Yeah. Big 6'9" Larry Bird wannabe type player. Another 6'9" white guy with a jump shot.
Every white guy in New England.
Didn't pan out. Something happened on the way to paradise. It's called reality.
Funny thing happened on the way to the Forum.
But he's regarded as probably the greatest player in Catamount history. Look,
Catamount.
It's a cat, like a mountain lion.
Nice.
It's me.
It's kind of a cool.
It's me. It's a cool mascot. And look, I love the program up there. They've done well. They've been.
I think Vermont's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. If you ski, it's like Colorado.
If you ski.
If you don't ski, it's like Colorado. Just saying.
I don't ski. As you can probably imagine.
But they both caught on. They both have very high quantities of marijuana.
Oh, is it a weed state?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
They both are.
Well, maybe
Colorado started it
we
all.
should take a winter trip up to
Colorado started the buzz.
really?
The buzz, so to speak.
I forgot you New Englanders are liberal on weed.
We are. Very. We're liberal on everything.
Liberal in general.
In general, we are.
Sometimes not liberal on race.
That, you know,
Right?
there's racism everywhere.
I'm kidding. There are racist people literally
everywhere.
There's some right around.
There's a place called Amelia, not too far away.
You don't have to go to Amelia.
No, but I'm saying there's plenty there.
There's plenty in our neighborhood.
Yeah. You drive down Hull Street there, you see Confederate flags hanging off of fences in Amelia. Oh, just right there in the open.
Dude, some of the conversations I heard around here when George Floyd got killed. Yikes.
Yeah. There's some real...
Let's not go down that path of destruction.
Let's not jump down that rabbit hole tonight. But anyway, I like all these matchups. I will give you the Gig of Smoke guarantee later. Real quick, on the women's side, the Sweet 16 there, UConn, Iowa, defending champ LSU, and the number one team in the country, South Carolina, all got through to the Sweet 16. No real surprises. Mad Dog was pissed today because in that West Virginia-Iowa game, the foul count or free throw count was 30-5.
That's bad.
And Iowa, who can shoot, made 25.
So they were on the...
Well, the other team was 3 for 5. So Mad Dog was mad. He was like, 25 to 3? Are you kidding? And it's like
beat on the oldest fucking play in the book. Circle around and throw an alley-oop on the inbounds? Come on. You can't leave the middle. You don't chase your guy around the wall of divorce.
Switch it. The guy on the outside, you switch it.
I mean, come on.
You gotta play Ring Around the Rosie.
No, because you're gonna get dunked on.
They're wearing the picket fence on them.
Yeah, they wear duck goose on them, basically.
The picket fence. Everybody's got a name for it. But anyway, the thing is, Mad Dog, I get where Mad Dog's coming from.
I didn't know that.
I watched that entire game. What I can tell you is that I would say in the second half, there are probably three or four questionable calls that you could have called. You could have not called.
Do you think that one where Caitlin Clark got stripped was questionable, like towards the end of the game? Do you remember that? She spun out, and I thought there was contact. But
to me, that could have gone either way.
Yeah.
There was a few of those, and it just seemed like Iowa got every damn one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're at home. And home teams tend to get calls.
The women's tournament is done.
The first two games are at home.
Gotcha.
This is the only problem I have with the women's tournament. And Mad Dog brought this stat up today, and he's right about this. In the second round of this tournament, historically, since they went to the 64 field, home teams in round two, because the game's at home, are 50-1.
It's hard.
50-1.
You're on the road in a crazy environment.
50-1. That's like, I mean.
All right, get this bullshit out of here.
So.
I'm sorry, I love you, VCU, but I can't watch it.
Tom's getting discouraged. I'm disgusted, and I hate to see that.
They had a good year. I think next year they'll be better.
Yeah, quarterfinals
because it'll be the second year.
3 road games in a row. That's tough.
No, they had a good
year.
They did good. I'm proud to be a Ram.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be. Isn't that other game on? The Denver, whatever it is, Phoenix.
Yeah, should be.
This is
scroll
there.
Right there.
Okay. All right, I'm going to switch over to Anna. Western League Conference leading Denver against Phoenix. They are tied at 21.
Donnie.
It has Donnie in the book written all over. Let's see if they can. In Denver. And by the way, Denver embarrassed themselves the other night, worse than. Phoenix embarrassed themselves the other night, worse than
what
Boston.
happened?
They lost to San Antonio, and Wimbiana didn't play.
Oh no.
He didn't play.
That's like losing to the Lakers when AD and
who was it? Charles Barkley. This is why I love Charles Barkley. He goes, man, they suck with him.
So is everybody playing in this game?
I think so. Charles,
have you heard about the shit with Michael Porter Jr.'s brother?
No, I have not.
In Toronto?
Of the gambling thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
That's pretty interesting. What do you think about that?
I mean, you look at the good news is that because they've regulated this, they can catch these things. Whereas before, when it was off the books, you couldn't regulate it. You couldn't. These are going.
You couldn't see that there was a bunch of people putting money on a certain.
There was treachery afoot. So the good thing about I keep on saying is the good thing about legalized gambling is that now people can't cheat when they gamble. Or they can get caught. So, look, and I don't know the extent of this yet, but
if it's really
we don't know if it's true yet.
It's just such a.
But look, you got to. I appreciate them not. The gambling community seems like they're serious about not compromising the integrity of the game, because this is true now. That
the gambling community doesn't want to lose money.
No, but they
don't give a fuck about the game. If people are fixing it, then they're basically guaranteeing to win. That's why they
integrity of the game. Fixing it.
No. Okay.
You're right. There isn't an honest person in that whole thing. They're all.
No, I'm saying
they're all swindlers.
I'm saying these gambling companies are mad not because the game is compromised, but because if people are fixing the game, they're guaranteeing that the house is paying out.
No shit, Tom. The point is,
why are you saying the other?
Because I think it's integrity of the game. I'll tell you why. Because people have been doing
the game.
Listen, Tom. People have been doing that forever.
Doing what?
Fixing games. The alleged point shavings in Boston College. This is back in 1981. This has been going on my entire life. I'm pointing out that it's legalized. They can check this stuff, and they're doing it.
They don't give a fuck about that.
Yes, they do. Just because you don't believe that there's any integrity in that fucking whole industry.
Bunch of fucking degenerates.
They're all degenerates.
They make money by
especially that girl in the blue suit. She's very not integrity at all.
Who's that?
The commercial about what was it? Kings? DraftKings?
Fucking no. I don't bet.
I call him as I see.
I'm too cheap.
You don't even gamble.
No, I'm too cheap.
But the point is. I'm glad
$20 on a game would be heartbreaking.
I'm glad that they are looking for these patterns because athletes shouldn't be doing this. They shouldn't. They shouldn't.
No, you're right.
Because the thing is, athletes are the ones who can impact it.
Yeah, I know.
They're the ones who can really impact. They're on the damn playing field.
Well, I assume typically when somebody starts fixing games, they're in trouble financially.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get out of a hole. Maybe they could just be a degenerate that's in love with gambling, but typically I think it's because, you get in debt because you have a problem, and then all of a sudden you're like, how am I going to get out of this hole? And people go, well, fix this game.
I know a guy. You know the guy.
You fix a couple games. And this guy's probably thinking, I'm not even really impacting the game. Like, I'm a bench player.
If you are on that court, that ice, that field, that whatever, you have a chance to impact that.
But I mean, okay, do you know what the bet was?
No, I don't.
So the bets that were hitting were on all of his unders. So you could bet like how many threes he would attempt, how many threes he would make, how many points he'd score.
So he would come out of the game before.
So he would come in
and then come out
for a couple minutes and then say he had a eye injury.
Yeah, that's dirty pool.
And then he would go out for the rest of the game.
Even for gamblers, that's dirty pool.
I mean, but you think, like, how could you ever get caught? It's like the stupidest bet ever. But if too many people are hitting on it, or if too much money is being put on it,
the second it happens,
then people are like,
or that night the guy's the same.
Well, I think what was happening is, so DraftKings and all those other things, I think they will report on what was the best bet of the night, like what was the most paid bet of the night, and it was his unders, and it's like, what's going on there?
Yeah,
and then you start looking at it, and now he's being investigated.
And then those guys in Vegas that monitor this shit, like the aces from what's the casino, that guy. Whoa!
And then they talk to the NBA, and then
you either in on it or you're too stupid to know. Either way.
Oh man, that brought him down.
Yeah,
he should just let that guy fuck his business up.
Yeah,
because he ended up just in a world of hell.
Totally.
I mean, Ace, come on, what are you doing?
Well, Ace survived. It was Joe Pesci who got it.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole thing came crumbling.
And his brother.
Did Ace survive?
Yeah, he survived. Because the end of the day, Ace makes some money.
That's right.
The end of the day, Ace
he survived, but the empire that he had kind of built just kind of.
But he still took care of him because he's making him money. He just wasn't.
I thought he kind of had to hide out.
He did, but he still was working for the mob at the end. Anyway, there's Lloyd Braun blowing a lamp. Phoenix 29, Denver 27, second 3.3 going the first. Got Donnie out there in that mountain region again.
Is that Braun?
That's Braun. Oh, wait, that's not Braun.
That's somebody else.
Oh, Braun's
up there.
That's Braun, sorry. Dude, Braun had a dunk on a guy last
he's nasty.
Yeah, he's filthy.
Oh, that's the one you sent me the video of.
White Man Can't Jump. That's Braun. They
pronounce
pronounce it Brown, but it looks like Braun.
We all know that. They pronounce that Brown?
Brown. I know, it doesn't look like Brown at all.
Interesting.
It looks like Braun.
Braun, right?
It's Braun, but they pronounce it Brown. Like, they don't look like Brown. They just fucking spell it that way. I hate that. Anyway, back to the women's side of this whole thing.
Let's talk Caitlin.
Listen, Caitlin had 32 points.
Colin Gillespie's again. It looks like Archidiakono.
It was one of the worst shooting performances I've ever seen from a great player.
Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, it was.
What was her?
She was 8 for 23. She made her free throws because God knows everybody had free throws. But and she made shots when she had to make them. But look, I said this on the show that night, and I want to say it again. I want to be clear. Look, I'm not downing her. 32 points is 32 points, and she had 10 rebounds and 6.
It just wasn't efficient.
It was not efficient, and again, West Virginia had something to do with that because they're a legit team. I said last week on the show that UConn on the men's side and Iowa got hosed in their draws. They really did. Their brackets are murder. Yeah. So luckily for Caitlin Clark and Iowa, their first 2 games were at home. Because if that were a neutral site, I don't know what would have happened.
But basically they won ugly.
They won ugly. And by the way, look, to win a championship, there's one game in that 6 that you win that's ugly.
At least.
There's always one. And so this might have been it for them. But UConn came out, I'll tell you right now, people forget about it. Paige Buckers, as a freshman, was the National Player of the Year.
Buckets.
As a freshman. And then she spent the last 2 years hurt. And everyone forgot about her and thought she'd never play again. She comes back this year, first-team All-American. So when Gino says, I got the best player in the country, he's not pulling this out of his ass. Because she had 32, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, 60, a block. She was everywhere.
Why did he say that? Did he just come out and say it, or did somebody ask him something?
Because Syracuse they're missing 3 starters.
Who is?
UConn.
Really?
She's doing this without any of her posse. This is the thing. The argument against Caitlin. Let me finish. The argument was Caitlin Clark had more talent around her because Gino recruits all the studs. She's doing this with.
You mean
Paige Buckers
has more talent.
Has more talent around her normally. Okay. So whereas they're saying that what's her name, Caitlin Clark does not have that kind of talent. Well, she's missing 3 starters. That's a lot of talent. And that was Gino's point. Because
somebody said something.
Somebody said something to the effect that, well, this is pretty. How do you get by with? You're missing 3 stars. He goes, I'm getting by because I have the best player in the country.
Okay.
Because that's who she is, and that's who she was the last time she was.
Look at the stats.
He's like, but the last time she was healthy, she won College Player of the Year. Yeah, and Caitlin Clark was there.
Was she in?
She was in the league. She was a
senior now.
Yeah, they're both seniors. So actually, Buckers has a red shirt because she got hurt. She's got like another year or something. But the thing is,
really didn't hit the map hard until last year, though, right?
That's
when she really blew.
Yeah, the junior year, yeah, she blew because the scoring kept going and going. And look, she's a great player.
She's great. Yeah.
To me, I don't know. I honestly don't know which one is better. When I watched them play, now I saw the UConn game too. Here's the thing: Clark looks like the better shooter.
Yeah.
Bruckers looks like the better player. When you watch Bruckers play, she looks.
Is her name Bruckers?
Paige Bruckers.
Are you sure it's Bruckers?
Bruckers. I would say Bruckers. But when you watch them play, there is a distinct difference.
Yeah, there's no R.
Buchers?
I think it might be Buckers.
We've got 5 different pronunciations.
I think it's Buckers
so far in this segment.
But let's just call her Buckets. Because they call her Paige Buckets.
Let's call her Stud, because honestly, she's got a Player of the Year award under her belt.
Oh, Beckers.
Okay, that makes sense. Beckers. Okay.
I just saw
that makes sense.
The phonetic, B-E-H-K-R-Z.
That actually sounds...
Beckers.
Yeah, Beckers. Okay. The point is, last time the girl had a healthy season, she was the National College Player of the Year, and she was a freshman.
Yeah.
Okay? This year, her first year back, usually when you're coming off of 2 major knee surgeries, you're not quite right the first year. She made All-American first team. She's been out 2 years. And with 3 starters down, she goes for 32, 10, 8, 6, 4, whatever the fuck it was on Sunday. Okay?
Good for her.
So Gino is not pulling this out of his you-know-what.
Yeah.
He really isn't. So when people say, well, you can't compare the two, I'm like, well, actually, you can.
Why not?
You can. You just can't compare the last 2 years for one reason, because Beckers didn't play. She wasn't there.
Well, do they have a chance to play each other?
If they got
would
to
it be in the final?
It would be in the final.
Oh, man.
Which I would love to see that. There's a lot of things in the way, though, because this tournament is really deep.
Oh, yeah.
By the way,
Notre Dame?
Notre Dame's legit. There's a girl out in Southern California you need to see.
Juju?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen her.
Yeah.
Is it Juju Watkins?
Juju Watkins.
Yeah.
This girl.
She's cool.
She's another one.
Yeah.
I mean, she has game.
There's some really good players.
There's a lot of really good players. I'll tell you now, the women's
potential stars for the WNBA.
I'll tell you now, the WNBA future is looking very bright.
Yeah,
right now.
I mean, if these women are like leading
this
the way,
group, and South Carolina is loaded with them. No one's even talking about.
They need to market them the right way.
Yeah, they do.
They need to look, and I mean, it's the NBA, so they know how to market their people.
They always know how to market.
Yeah, but you got a real opportunity.
And I got news for you: that 3-point competition between Steph and Ioana there, whatever her name is, Ionescu. That was good. Kudos.
It was a good jump off.
Kudos to Steph Curry.
But dude,
because he didn't have to do that.
No, he didn't.
And he did.
Yeah,
and
he did.
That's why
I think they should keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe
I think they will because
maybe involve them more.
She made a good showing.
Yeah. Why not have her in the whole contest?
Yeah, I mean, do the skills competition.
Exactly.
I mean, you can
do because a lot of the women are fundamentally more sound.
They have to be.
Yeah, exactly.
They have to be.
But like, dude, I would watch a WNBA game with like Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark.
I wish to God. I was saying this.
South Carolina.
I'll tell you, I have been pissed about this since the inception of the WNBA. Boston has never had a team. I wish to God Boston had a team.
Well, it's kind of like
LA's got a team. New York's got a team.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
Are they just anti-women?
I don't know. It pisses me off.
Are they going to be like it's like how the Red Sox were the last to get a black player?
I will say this: if this group of players that are coming up do what I think they're going to do, they need to expand, and Boston needs to be the first city in that expansion. You get a team in Boston, they'll get a follow. They will. They really will. Yeah. And you got to get a named player up there, and there's a number of them. These girls a lot of them are. Sophomores and well,
they're going to start. We're going to start seeing more.
I mean, Caitlin Clark's coming out next year. She's going to do wonders. But Beckers has another year at least because of the injuries, I believe. And this girl out in Southern California, I think, is a freshman.
Is Angel Reese?
She's a junior.
That's
or
right. She's still young. Right?
She's got another year, I think.
Because she'll bring a lot of fans.
She will, because she's going to be.
And she's also polarized.
She's the perfect villain.
Yeah, she really is.
Perfect villain.
Yeah, because every time you see her, you're just like, why is she being an asshole?
She is the perfect villain. And
she's
good.
She's good. She's good. People hate her.
It's not. See,
she's pretty.
And I'm not. It's like I can't. Here's the thing about her. And this is just true in general. If you're gonna be the villain, you better be fucking good. And she is good. She's got a ring on her finger. She beat Caitlin Clark in the final last year. Mm-hmm. She yacked about it. Okay, she didn't care. Yeah. Okay, and good to truck it. But the only problem I have with her is what happened against South Carolina this year when someone gave it back to her and she couldn't handle it.
But so that's all problem. She did stay in villain
made
mode.
Herself more of the villain.
Yeah.
So look, and they're still here.
Yeah.
No. So, and by the way, their coach. Oh my God!
She's a good villain.
She's another villain.
She's another villain. She's like You know what Kim Mulkey's like? She's like a WWF manager. Remember the manager?
Buddy, what's his name? The blonde-haired guy, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah. She's that kind of personality. She's almost bigger than the team.
And the thing is, she's a 4-time national champion.
I mean,
she's got the resume.
She's bigger than the team.
But again, this is where I give these two credit for winning. If you're gonna be the villain, you better be good. And they're both very good.
Yeah.
So to me, it's perfect. That whole brawl with South Carolina is what fueled this tournament.
Yeah.
It really did. Mm-hmm. And then you got Paige Beckers, you got Gino saying, "Oh, that girl over there ain't better than mine." Mm-hmm. And I love what's happening here. Mm-hmm. The potential this weekend for these matchups.
Yeah.
I mean,
when do the women play this weekend?
They're like Saturday, Monday.
Sunday, Monday?
Saturday, Monday.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Monday.
the men are Thursday, Friday. I'm sorry. There's like
The men are Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Sunday. Yeah, the women are like, it's like Friday. They start a day after.
Is it like Saturday?
They're Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay.
They start the day after.
Okay.
So look at.
I want to try to watch.
I'm telling you, there are a lot of to his point, Notre Dame is legit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there are some really good teams. Stanford. I'm telling you,
Did Stanford win?
I think they did. Yeah, I think
Stanford has like the real big woman in the middle,
good.
right?
Yeah.
She was getting fouled. Did you see her get like thrown to the damn ground? I don't even think they called a foul on her.
I got news for you. The women's game is very physical.
Yeah, she's a big center, dude.
It is. They are not shy about
What team was that?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now.
Did you say it wasn't South Carolina?
No, it was Iowa. Something.
Iowa State, maybe.
Iowa State, I think. Hold on, I got it right here. Bracket. Here we go. It was, you've got South Carolina against Indiana, who nobody's talking about. Indiana, they're good. Oregon State, Notre Dame, Texas, Gonzaga. Texas is the 1 seed, by the way. NC State, they're Stanford. They got through Iowa. Colorado, by the way, is a very good team. Caitlin Clark's got her hands full.
That's who they're playing?
They played Colorado during the regular season. That was a Donnie. And Iowa escaped. I mean, literally escaped.
Yeah, that's her. Women's basketball.
Yeah.
Her, right?
Yeah, she scored like a lot of. She dropped like 40 or something.
Yeah.
Then you got LSU, UCLA. Again, the Pac-10 is loaded.
Is UCLA good?
Yeah, they are. The 2 seed.
They don't have any villains or stars that I know of.
Colorado.
Who's USC playing?
Baylor. Mm-hmm. Should have picked that one, Tom. And then, in the game nobody's talking about, UConn against Duke.
Ooh. Oh, and Duke just upset somebody.
Yes, they did. Duke was the 7th
Who'd
seed.
they upset?
I forget.
Red team.
Yeah, it was, fuck was it?
Was it red? Ohio State.
Ohio State, who was really good.
Yeah. I was watching that game. I think I might have been at the gym. And the gym always has ESPN, so those games were on.
Yeah.
And they were down like 10 in the first half. And by the end of half, they cut it to like 4 or 5 points, and it was like, it looks like they're going to come back on Ohio State. And Ohio State was like the 2 seed. I think Duke was the 7 seed.
Yeah. I mean,
it was a nice win.
Look, the women's tournament is every bit.
That was at Ohio State.
Yeah, the women's tournament is every bit as exciting as the men's. And the only bad thing about it is the first 2 games you get at home if you're the higher seed. That's the only problem I have with it. But look, nobody's perfect. Nothing's perfect. But this Sweet 16 has got all the makings of like the men's. Donnybrooks everywhere, and I'm telling you, it's must-see TV. If you haven't checked out these women play, you need to, because there's a lot of good basketball in that tournament, and there's a lot of potential great basketball left. So I'm looking forward to it. I know he is. We're going to come back segment 2. We're going to shift gears. Major League Baseball.
VCU down 26. My God.
Why are you looking at that? They had a good run.
They did.
It's over. NCAA or bust next year.
Seton Hall beat UNLV.
Seton Hall, one of those Big East teams that got hosed. What was the score of that game?
91-68.
Yeah. Seton Hall got screwed.
Spurs are beating the Jazz. The Cavs lost to the Hornets. Yikes.
That's good for the Knicks.
That's big for the Knicks.
Knicks might be in the 3 spot.
Warriors beat the Magic. That's good for the Knicks.
Knicks could be in the 3 spot, America. Could be in the 3 spot.
Clippers beat the Sixers. Bulls beat the Pacers. That's good.
It all went down for the Knicks tonight. I think the Knicks are in the 3 spot. Anyway, we'll check that out as well. Come back. Major League Baseball preview.
Let's get it.
The Mets.
Yes.
Looking like contenders. The Red Sox.
I don't think so.
Looking like pretenders. We will see you in segment 2.
Mets looking more like
Yoda,
suspenders.
Jobu, Betty. I need you now. I'm about to talk about the Red Sox.